Welcome back to Houzz TV Live. I'm Rick Spence, and joining me today is Jonas Carnemark with Carnemark Design and Build out of Bethesda, Maryland, doing amazing, accessible design. Thanks for joining us, Jonas. It's great to have you. And your work is so beautiful, you would have no idea that it has this additional functionality when you look at it. It's not like the old days when you had sort of ugly towel bars and ugly spaces. It's beautiful design, well executed, amazing stuff. So what are the new trends in this, and why are people addressing this earlier in their homes?
Well, thanks, Rick. I think we've been thinking about accessibility for a long time, but maybe calling it livability. I've always thought it's nice to have a place where it's welcoming to both grandkids and grandparents. And so if you try to make it beautiful and easy to use, maybe easy to clean, maybe easy to get around, that's sort of been a mindset early on, and the whole industry has really evolved, and it's become great because now we can get products that are beautiful, that are meant for that purpose.
So tell me about what are some of the things that make it livable? And I like that term, livability.
Well, sometimes I feel like design is unapproachable. There can be things that are really beautiful, but they're just hard to deal with. And thinking about how to make it easy, even for someone that's totally fit, it's nice to be able to not have to step over a curb into a shower. It's nice to have elbow room carrying a tray through a wider doorway. It's nice to have flush seams between floors. I'm not a big fan of the step down family room because you always have to negotiate it. So I tend to think of, do I have to negotiate this piece of my house, or can I just, process it with ease, so to speak?
So let's jump into one of your projects. You have so many amazing projects on Houzz. Your stuff has been saved over 100,000 times by the Houzz community, which is awesome. It means it's really resonating and your work is being shared, which is so cool. So let's pick one. We've got so much to choose from. What can we walk through? You can kind of illustrate some of these ideas.
Well, maybe lifetime of comfort. So these were some clients that one of them developed a disease that really required a walker and possibly wheelchair. And this was the husband who really liked to have a tub. And so we ended up combining a hall bath and turning it into a powder room, and then creating this space that's for both of them on the first floor. But accessibility in terms of getting in with a wheelchair, pulling up, having all the things one needs in a bathroom in a drawer right next to you. Really good lighting to be able to see. It's actually a very shallow counter and sink, so you can get a little bit closer to your face. And then we did a washlet toilet with grab bars. But really, the thing that they wanted was a nice big shower and then a tub. And we found these nice grab bars that let us have a place where he could use his walker, sit on a bench, slide over, slide into the tub. He had good arm strength, and slide in there and have a really nice tub. But also we have the rain shower, and usually I will put a bench in a shower no matter what with a hand sprayer, because you never know when you need to sit down and wash.
Let's say you have a disability of some sort. Maybe you're not getting on your hands and knees to clean things. What are the concerns around maintenance of these spaces, and what should you consider?
I think a hand shower, either in a tub or a shower, is really nice, not only to use on your body, but also for cleaning. It's great. One of the other things that we do like to use is an epoxy grout. And it's different than the other type latex additives that you put in grout, where it is very dense and it really does not absorb any stains or mildew, that type of thing. We're also very careful about the type of tile to make sure that it's very slip resistant, but you don't want deep grooves and ridges that are very steep so that it can collect dirt and things like that.
In any livable bathroom, key component must-haves would be
slip resistant tile, accessible sink, good lighting, and good access to medicines and storage.
So Jonas, you have so many great projects. Let's look at another one. So this is another wow space, and how is this one different from the previous one?
Well, here, the gentleman was retired and had lost his wife and was living alone, but wanted something really nice. And we spent most of our focus on making it very easy to get in and out. We did put blocking in the walls for future grab bars, but he opted not to actually add those at the time. But we did a couple other things, like there are shower controls that are over in the drying area as you approach the shower. And that turns on the shower before you get in so that it's easy to access. We had a little bit of difficulty with the neighborhood review because the window could not be changed, and we wanted to make it waterproof. So we put a frosted glass panel over that window that can actually be opened so the window can be cleaned. It's like a little mini shower door in the shower.
That's super cool. So, Jonas, let's look at one more.
This project was one where we actually combined two condos into one and made the whole thing accessible. And so I created a kitchen where the countertops were lower for her to be able to cook, a little speed oven underneath, which is basically convection oven and microwave. The refrigerator, you open up and you can actually access the bottom drawer, which is something to be careful of with a lot of these integrated refrigerators. You want that bottom shelf to be able to be accessible from a chair. And then we did a counter opposite that where you can pass things through to the dining room.
Tell me about the drawer strategy in these spaces.
Well, I love drawers, and I think that if you can have, depending on the kitchen, if you have a nice big drawer that's wide, you can nest many things in it, like pots and pans. I also like to place plates in drawers. You can have smaller or less wide units, and there we'll do many drawers because that's a great place to sort the different things that you have in the kitchen.
Now, maintenance and materials and some of those other things also contribute to livability. What do you like to use for countertops, and how do you attack the materials in these spaces?
It goes back again to some of the livability issues, which is just, how do you clean it and maintain it? And I think that natural stone, especially marbles, can be super beautiful, but for them to be really beautiful, they end up like the monument steps where they're nice and worn. And some clients, we talk about, will it stain? And I tend to ask them, do you want a Kate Spade bag or an Indiana Jones bag? It's either, both can be beautiful. But I do think that the quartz products and Decton, some of the ceramics we're using a lot, they're so nice because they are so durable and they really don't get any staining on them. They hold up really well to kitchens where people really like to cook.
And the poles also, on the poles, it's not just sort of one pole in the middle. It's bigger, larger. You can grab it from multiple angles.
We tend to think about the poles in terms of the longer, thinner ones as accessible because it's very easy to grab. You can also put a towel there. My kids growing up, we hung spaghetti on there when we were making it. So you can use that. There is a trend towards not having poles where it's touch to open, and that can also be good. You can also do a channel, but the channel really needs to have a good grip if you're going to consider it accessible.
What about any automation technologies in the kitchen?
Well, we've been thinking about, what's going to happen in the future of the kitchen. And I think a lot of the technology that surrounds us, including TV and internet and, sort of web-based things, and the cameras that can watch you may help clients in the future in terms of memory, where they are, and that you could actually have a recipe appear on your countertop, that you could actually weigh something in your hand. Those are futuristic, but it's kind of fun. Right now, the technologies that we really work with are integrating appliances so that the space can feel more like a living space. Many people thought about the kitchen moving into the family room, and now I feel like it's moving into the living room. Things are a little bit finer. And then the smart technologies such as Bluetooth and being able to call your stove ahead of time to have it turn on. We just installed a refrigerator that has IP cameras in it so that you can check what's in your fridge from the store on your iPhone or Android. And some of the other things are, that are direct for accessibility are islands that can move up and down by just a servo motor. You can have shelves that pull out of a wall cabinet and lower down, and again, just on a little motor, or you can access it with a bar. Those types of things, but I prefer to make it sort of more natural and just have it at the right height to begin with.
If I'm on Houzz and I'm looking for a pro to work with to do this kind of thing, what are some of the certifications or something I should be aware of when I'm looking for a pro to do this kind of work?
There's several certifications that come out by different industry groups like the NKBA and NARI, the National Association of Remodeling Industry, or NAHB. And there's one, the Living in Place Institute, that I feel they've done such a great job, and now they're partnering with the NKBA to get, help certification more. And that's the certification, a living in place professional. And the coursework there really looks at not if you're only disabled from a handicap or something like that, but just all through the ages and any kind of thing that can happen to you, whether it's a disease or old age or some kind of accident. The training was fabulous.
Well, thank you so much, Jonas. I'm sure the Houzz community is going to love this piece. It's really top of mind for a lot of people. Great spaces. I can't wait to come see you and do a feature on one of your spaces, talk to your clients, see how it's impacted their lives. Just amazing work. So thank you again.
Thanks, Rick. I really appreciate it. It's been fun going through this, and just even thinking about the stories that we're talking about. I'm thinking about how a lot of our clients we did projects for many years ago, and now they're at a different age and they want that. But also that new young person that's remodeling is thinking about things like this. And I just think that's great.
That's awesome. Thanks again, Jonas.
Thanks a lot.
All right, we'll see you. Bye-bye.